that space of nothingness, the Cave of Brahma, it is a wonderful space to go to tune out everything else and to just pull in that pattern or scene and look at it deeply and let it unfold in that space. And so you can get some really great information that just kind of feels like it's coming out of thin air. So it's just a great place to go. Hi, Karen. She has taken on the task of doing some impromptu dream work. I will tell her a little dream snippet that I had last night that I haven't even dug into myself, and it will probably show my shadow work. But what else do we do with dreams, right?
I'm doing what I love for sure. Number one, I love dreaming, but number two, I love helping figure out what the dreams are meaning for the dreamer. Janise, I know I've told you this, but I'll tell everybody else too. What you taught me was to be able to take and without studying a dream for hours in advance, to be able to take tune into the dream from reading it just a couple of times, for a couple of minutes, and to be able to get enough of the pattern and the information to be able to start working with the dreamer to pull out and try to tune in and fine tune, I should say, where we're going with that information, and to be able to work with people and see the enlightenment on their face as they recognize what it is that we're talking about and that it actually does hit home.
Okay, so here's my dream snippet. So you said you were going to be brave enough just to let me speak it out.
Yep.
Okay. Might be a little disjointed because I haven't written it out. It just happened yesterday. Full disclosure, I am doing my own restored within, and I'm in the feminine energy ones right now. So I'm definitely having feminine energy come up. In this dream, I was dropped off by a bus to a arena slash gymnasium, and other people were dropped off as well. So this whole gym area became very full. It had bleachers, but the bleachers didn't go all the way down to the floor. They were quite high. And I remember I'm standing right on the last bleacher. And at one point, I was standing backwards and I was kind of falling backwards and, oh, like that, like, oh my gosh. And there was this big guy standing there. And I think I grabbed onto him and used him as a stability so that I wouldn't fall backwards. And then in this other part, now I'm down on the gym floor, and apparently there's going to be a judo tournament. And then I'm talking to my cousin who always shows up in my dream as somebody who, like, we had a weird dynamic growing up. She was competitive with me, but she would always kind of purposely show how she was better than me. Kind of, I always felt like a weirdo, I guess, compared to her and her family. Like, their family was normal and mine was all messed up. And yeah, it was just like this weird dynamic. Anyway, I'm talking to her and I said, "Oh, I wish I could still do judo. It was so fun, but I guess I wasn't going to compete. It was other people, younger people doing it." And I said, "Last time that I did it, it just sliced my muscle." And I was talking about that thigh muscle, but it's like on the top of your leg, above your knee, like this
Okay.
muscle there. And I said, "Yeah, it just sliced right there." And I just couldn't do it after that. And then she was questioning me and saying that I always exaggerate. That was the main message of what she said back. I don't particularly remember the thing she said, but it was like insinuating, "Oh, you always exaggerate." So then she was saying little things that were poking at that. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yep.
And then I just kind of acknowledged it. I was just like, "Oh, yeah, okay." But it just kind of seemed like it was mean. Like, why why would you say that? Yeah. There was one thing, and I don't know if it how much it plays in, but there was this other part where I was looking at the bleachers, and there was a firefighter there, but I always saw him as someone that fiercely protected women and stood up for women if anybody was pestering.
Which is nice. You've got some protection there.
After I verbalized the dream, I was like, oh, I think I know the energy that represents. And so I want to shed that. I want to shed it so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that you do. And have you ever done judo?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to compete and I had lots of championships and I taught judo.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. You've got the bus and the gymnasium and and the fear of falling off a high bleacher. So you've got some pretty high aspirations and you've got the support of the firefighter and the tall man. So they're helping you. Even though you're afraid to fall, they're not going to let you, right? They're there to help you. And when you then are working with and she's just kind of this not nice person, makes you feel like an outsider, like a weirdo, but you're pretty darn impressive. You do judo, you teach judo, you empower women. So that's an aspect that you are trying to shed that little piece of yourself that is there that sticks to you from all those years that was doing that to you. You need to get rid of that feeling and shed, like you said earlier to me, the year of the snake, shed that scaly skin that no longer has any bearing with who you are today, right? You are empowering people, not just women in your daily work. And for her to say that you exaggerate things, that's her insecurities coming out, right? It's complete negativity that you just don't need anywhere around you.
I was asking myself, oh, like if I would just know, if I could just know why she acted this way towards me, it would help me in some way. And then I stopped myself and I said, no. Okay, here's the answer. And I gave myself the answer. And I said, it's because she just couldn't be big around you. That's all it is. Okay, Janise, can you accept that? And then I said, okay, yeah, I accept it. Fine. And this person was in competition with me without me even realizing it. And I was
Yeah,
just going about doing my thing. And then to be said, oh yeah, you like to be kind of belittled and poked out. Like you just, oh, you exaggerate, almost like gaslighting
yeah,
and trying to make it look like I'm something's wrong with me. Like, yeah, I'm the weirdo, right?
right,
When she's got these sets of hangups that are being projected on me that I want to get rid of.
right. Which you don't need to accept. And you can totally stand in your own power and in your own sovereignty and not accept them. Just give them back, mirror them back to her. Not mirror, that's the wrong word.
But yeah, just don't accept it.
Don't
Like
accept it.
if my mind starts to belittle myself, which yes, I've been going through this. Like what what is weird about me? I even started having those thoughts yesterday. And then I have to pull myself back and say, Janise, you're not weird. You're not a weirdo. Like, look, you have like people love you, obviously. But yeah, some people don't. Like deal with it. So
Yeah.
I've had this back and forth going. I I know since I'm working on the feminine energy that this would be coming up. I'm down on the floor working on it, even though I'm not engaging in a fighting way, right? But it seems like I like being working with women had cut me. It had cut me down and it had cut my self-esteem. So working with this particular person had cut my self-esteem, like hurt me. And yeah, I think having those big men there saying, "No, you're not going to fall. Don't worry. You can engage. You can get down on the floor. You can do your thing. Don't worry."
Have you thought about dream reentry and going in and taking to the mat and right, and doing whatever you do to win?
I'll do that. I'll do that.
So there's a fight or a dynamic going on in this dream, it sounds like, where you are strong, you are the stronger one, and she's trying to tear you down then verbally and mentally because that's the only way she can win.
Yeah. And it almost feels like I wasn't willing to fight because I said, "Oh, too bad I don't do judo anymore." But I think that's the wrong attitude. I think that's my old shadow
Ah, yeah, walking
where,
away from it so that you don't have that conflict.
yeah, like maybe even being scared of what might happen or thinking that other people can, have that sort of power over me.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder, so since I just did a whole lot of masculine work, this was pointing a lot to my heart chakra.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, when you're in your feminine, you make yourself vulnerable, right? You open your heart, you allow your emotions, you open up and show that vulnerability, and there's always people who are going to try to take advantage of that, but this is a recurring theme in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I even remember that cousin, if I would tell her something in confidence, she would blast it out to other people to make fun of me later, like whenever,
Yep.
like when it would make her feel like she would get a boy who she liked to laugh or something, like then she would make fun of me. But in the moment, she was my friend. And so it was like, what? I thought you were my friend.
Yeah. But you got your firefighter.
Yes, I need to.
Is he
Yeah.
single?
Eh, no, he's not. Sorry.
Dang it.
Yeah, seriously. Until I verbalized it, I had no idea.
You know
Yeah,
what it's about now.
absolutely. And dream reentry works so well for me. I'm definitely going to go and just have that judo match and be like,
Boom.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, how do I want it to end? More than a throw. I think I want to choke her.
Take her down.
That's my favorite
Totally.
way of winning a match.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Well,
Well,
Karen, you are a delight. I love what you've taken from your different dream teachers and how you've made it into something that really works for your matrix. I just thought this session was wonderful. And thank you so much, Karen, for sharing your gifts with us today.